Right, so we've auto-saved. The frame rate seems to have balanced out nice and steadily, so hopefully we've got over that little problem and we can put our thumbs up and focus on the future. Now, one thing which we are going to do, as I just pause the game here, of course, wrong screen, sorry, I'm just thinking. Whilst we have good relationship with our vassals, so we reorganise the relationships there, we have good relations with our vassals due to our high diplomacy and the fact that we've reigned for a long time. I think we're going to take the opportunity to change a law. Now, over in the forums, Hannah Fleming has been suggesting things left, right and centre, and really getting involved in the advisory part of the council, shall we say. And I think she makes a valid point when she's put about raising the levies here. We are struggling as it is with our military due to the fact that most of our lands that we have conquered are currently in a state of disrepair due to the fact that we've recently conquered them. We're suffering slight penalties to levy sizes and things like that. So we're not in the best of stead when it comes to the levies. So we need to do all we can to increase that a little bit more, perhaps, just in case times of trouble comes upon us once again. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the church levies. We have no feudal lords. I don't think there are any castles or any baronies in our lands. Just double check that. Let's take the time going, sorry about that. So we have no baronies, so what we're going to do is we're going to increase the church levies, which are the next largest levies. Our feudal lords provide us with the most levies. Our churches provide us with the next largest levies, and of course the cities provide us with the smallest. So we'll increase the church levies next. That's going to give us a little bit of a hit with our church vassals, of course, but due to the high relationship bonus that George has with them, I'm sure that we can ride through that. So of course some of the bishops are even approving of it. Of course we have to wait till that passes. I expect it to pass, but we just have to wait. Another bishop approving the law, and there we go. The lords have approved the implementation of the increased levies for the churches. We go back to our our vassals' opinions here and see if it's affected anything majorly. Nope, we're still in the green with them all. So that's a bonus. So they're now providing us with a slightly larger levy proportion, should we need them. Right, okay. So once again, I have said all I need to say about the last session, and we can now focus on the future, take a bit of time to let the game flow and see what comes. So if we look at the realm tree of England currently, we can see, oops, a daisy, that Hermine still is the most prominent duke, or in her case duchess, under the new king. These two lovebirds in cahoots with each other. It does pain me to say that. Poor Ambrose. I'm sure he's aware, and don't you worry, when he comes to power and his father can't shackle him, he might have a thing or two to say about this little love affair. Don't forget, he's more of a schemer than his father. So expect fireworks when George dies. But anyway, for now, she is right up there. Of course, we are next on 12%. Good old Duke George, risen from orphan to now prominent duke. He's done well for himself. And then we have Odo, who, is he currently in prison? Or has he been released? Nope. Still in the deep dark dungeons of King Richard, the poor child. His only crime is to have been born to the wrong person. Excellent, excellent. And we have a count here, Count Adam of Evero, who seems to have more power than the Duke of Gloucester, no less. I mean, that's quite something. Quite a powerful count. He must have a few counties up his sleeve. No, only the one. Must be a prominent county. Must be well developed, in fact. Can we have a look at the county of Evreux? I can't see. Ah, it's within the Duchy of Normandy itself. Ah, well, we know how developed Normandy is. We have another death. King Richard once again voting for people in the Holy Roman Empire. And then we just sort of cascade down with the lesser nobles. But what we were mainly looking at is the relationship bonus with their liege. Odo can't do anything about his dislike of the current king because he's in prison. But everybody else, I mean, even the -2 isn't that much of a problem. The 48, the 18s, -12 there. Duke William, the ill ruler of Northumberland, perhaps might have a little bit to say. But other than that, I'm not seeing any major problems here. Of course, these little people are only mere mayors until they've got no power to start causing any concern. So all the major players under this king's rule, you know, do like him. So he's probably going to reign for some time here. And considering the trouble and strife we had over the past few years, a bit of stability might not be a bad thing for England. He's a usurper. Some don't like him. Even in my own court, and my own nobles over in the forums show their disgust for the man usurping the title and sleeping with my son's wife. So you can imagine that he's not in the best of lights. But be that as it may, he as somebody that has the crown and England at heart, I suppose he is actually not the worst man for the job. Let's just hope that he does, of course, like his predecessor King William the Conqueror, start capturing land for England rather than just sitting on a throne eating, banqueting and, you know, relaxing, being a uniform carrier. And for some reason we have some kind of a war going on in Normandy, which does trouble us slightly. We do have invested interest here, of course, with our grandson being heir to the throne. So she's defending, or she's rather attacking Count Adam of Evreux because she wants to revoke Evreux. A little bit of a tyrannical leader, perhaps? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Zealous, kind, arbitrary, ambitious, you see. That's the trouble right there. Ambitious. Right. So she's having her own little personal war down there. Duke Richard of Anjou, he's another prominent figure. He is was he a pretender to the throne of England at one point? I don't know if he's any more, but let's have a quick look. I don't know where to find this. There we go. So we have heir. Yeah, he is a pretender to the throne. Somewhere along the lines. He is house to Normandy. In fact, is he the brother? Ah, he's the brother of the former king. The younger brother of the former king. But his opinion of the current king isn't that bad, so okay. Lower Crown Authority is the main faction that's still up and running. The Crown Authority, I think, is currently at medium, if I wasn't mistaken, was it? Yeah, medium Crown Authority. The king is trying to pass the High Crown Authority law, but he's not having much luck with it. And she has successfully usurped the title of the County of Evreux. Is she keeping it for herself, or is she going to put somebody else on it? Looks like she's keeping it for herself, so she has Evreux and Rouen. Mortain, Count Robert of Mortain, and Maine, Duke Richard of Anjou. Okay. So the Duchy of Normandy, de jure-wise, is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, but she actually has just those 4. And of course this chappie here has just one county. God, if the crown laws were lowered, he could be ousted pretty easily. He has a very, very small holding there. Some kind of revolt's going on here. Truce with King Richard of England. A lot of people also have truces with the current king, obviously because they revolted against him already, which also stands him in good stead and prevents potential further revolts. So, as much as people may not like him for his previous acts, as he now turns 50 and grows older still, his grip on England is definitely firmly tightened. Ooh! I've fulfilled my ambition to amass wealth. 500 gold pieces. I have finally hit the target. Does that give me any type of a bonus? Where am I? Does that increase? Maybe improve my stewardship by 1 point, perhaps. But anyway, what a achievement to have. Amassing a fortune. So I think we're going to take the time now just to take a look at the building work in Cornwall. Of course, we have the medium stone wall, we have the castle town. I think what we'll do now is we'll focus on increasing the fortification level. Just a couple of these will do us nicely. And now De Ved has lost all its penalties, so we can now start building here. And we'll just leave these two for now. So, first thing to build is a wooden palisade. Then we'll go to the castle village to increase the tax level there as well. So, building work is now commencing in our settlement, slowly but surely. Got to pick a new ambition. I mean, we're old and grey, but the only one we can pick is to improve our intrigue, so we'll pick that. A nice little tithe, 36 gold pieces collected by my steward. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Any cash influence, cash increase is always a welcome boon. Now we can grant him an honorary title, and that will put him into the green, thus giving us maximum taxation. Thank you very much. Oh! Oh my god! Bishop Enna of Saint-Germain's just collected a nice healthy tithe for us, and then he bites the dust. It's a crying shame. God bless you. Megaronwe. Right. Council positions open. We have a nice little wetting chap who came to our court, I can't remember when, some time ago probably, came in here when we opened our doors to these miscreants, and he's proven to be rather useful. Come on down and collect some taxes, my friend. Come on down. There we go. So he's been sent to collect taxes, and look but wetting, 31 years old, is our new steward. Scotland is now unified. They were having a few troubles with some infighting not so long ago, but yes, they seem to have sorted out their little differences. King Melise I, only 24. See how he fares. In fact, I know there's a... we'll get to that in a minute. You've probably already read it now anyway. Realm tree. I just wondered how his vassals are. Do his vassals like him? Is he in firm control of his land? I'd say he's struggling. Few negatives there. Anyway, what's this? The Breton populace in Cornwall resent me as a ruler and feel that I am a foreigner. Yet I depend on these self-same people to collect my taxes and man my army. I think it is time to bring some boys from back home over to help out here. What? Ah! Aren't I already Norman? I'm already Norman. Oh, I see. No, I'm Norman personally. But the people of Cornwall were Breton in culture. Now they are converting to Norman, so therefore no longer do I have that foreigner penalty when dealing with people from my own land. That's, I suppose, a bonus. So if we just go to the Cultures tab,